few moments' time. Well, thank you for watching the 5th edition of the USA Pro Challenge. If you did miss any of the action, visit prochallenge.com for all the race information. Official apparel has been provided by Per Lazuri. Up next, except on the West Coast, it's your local news, and tonight at 7/6 Central, it's back-to-back episodes of Hollywood Game Night, followed by the American Ninja Warrior. Congratulations to the winners of the 2015 USA Pro Challenge. For Paul Sherwin, Christian Vandervelde, Steve Slanger, our entire crew, it's goodbye from Denver, Colorado.
Here's to the fans, the players, and the game that makes Sunday night our favorite night. Here's to Big D, the Big Apple, the Steel City, and the Dynasty. Here's the Sunday night, because kickoff the playoffs, it's the greatest show on earth. NFL kickoff Thursday, September 10th. Then Sunday night is football night, only on NBC.
My name is Joanne, and I hunt what I hate. They took everything from me, and now I won't stop till I do the same to all of them.
There's no time to waste. Get Xfinity TV for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. This is one of the best offers of the year, so get started for $19.99 a month. Plus, get the Xfinity TV Go app included at no additional cost, so you'll be able to watch live TV on any device, anywhere you go. Call 1-800-XFINITY to get a great offer on Xfinity TV, or get started for as low as $19.99 a month for 1 full year. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the leading-edge connectivity of the Lexus ES. With available technology to help you find just what you're looking for. Come into the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, where you'll find some of the best offers of the year on our most luxurious models. Lease the 2015 ES 350 for $329 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Right now on News Channel 5.
Right now, tracking the tropics, a weakening Danny is now a tropical storm.
Storm Team meteorologist James Wheeland is tracking Danny and another possible system right behind it. James?
Yeah, Danny barely a tropical storm right now, too. Maximum winds only 40 miles per hour. It has come down from earlier today as forecast, moving to the west at 16 miles per hour. There still are some tropical storm watches and warnings up for some of the Leeward Islands, but this is just in case, as we'll still have some gusty winds to the north of this as it moves south into the Caribbean. Now, the forecast track, a little bit south of what it's been, going south of Puerto Rico, but they really need the rain through all of these islands here, so it'll be a good dousing of rain instead of a big hurricane or anything like that. And then after that, really, the thing dies out over the island of Hispaniola, and that is that for Danny. It will unwind and dissipate here and will no longer move forward after that. But as you alluded to, we do have another system out there. And here are the forecast tracks too. All pretty tight agreement here and all ending right around the big island of Hispaniola. All right, so Danny here, hot on its heels. The next system, and yeah, bumped up to 80% chance for this thing to develop. In fact, starting to get a little bit of banding features in here too. So this could be named Erica this upcoming week. Possibly by midweek, we could see our next tropical storm, maybe even developing into a hurricane here. Still a lot of time to watch it, though. It's actually going to catch up to Danny here as we go into the middle and end of next week. But by the end of next week, it should be near the islands or just north of the islands here, and we'll have to keep a close eye on that. This one down to 30%. We'll keep an eye on this one. Still way far away, and it's looking a little bit less organized right now. Here at home, well, the rain is gone. Had some inland showers and storms. Pushing farther inland, temperatures along the coast dry, but boy, it's warm and humid. Temperatures into the mid to upper 80s. Forecast through the evening. Could see an isolated coastal shower later on in the evening. Otherwise, the early part through dinner hour should be just fine with temperatures into the middle 80s.
Tonight, 2 people dead after a motorcycle crashes into a truck.
The crash happening in Stewart on Dixie Highway near Alicia Street. News Channel 5's Gabrielle Saran is live in Stewart with more on what caused this crash and the latest on the traffic. Gabrielle?
John, Tanya, both lanes of Dixie Highway here are back open. Florida Highway Patrol says 2 people on a motorcycle died at this intersection. See that black line in the road? That is oil, and that caused the motorcycle to lose control. Let's take a look at some video. Troopers tell us just after 2 o'clock this afternoon, a red Harley Davidson was traveling southbound here on Dixie Highway when it slipped on that oil in the road, crossed the center line, and hit a brown Toyota Tundra. Troopers say the pickup truck then ran over one person on that motorcycle. Troopers also point out that both victims were not wearing their helmets. Now back out here live, you can see again, both lanes of Dixie Highway are open. Troopers also tell us that the driver of that Toyota Tundra was not hurt. We're live in Stuart. Gabrielle Saran for WPTV News Channel 5.
A 19-year-old man is dead after a motorcycle crash in Port St. Lucie. It happened just after 6 last night on Crosstown Parkway. Now, police say Anthony Arthur was ejected from his motorcycle after colliding with a car attempting to make a left turn. Investigators say Arthur died from his injuries before being flown to Longwood Medical Center. The crash is under investigation.
The man who prosecuted Casey Anthony now finds himself on the defense. State Attorney Jeff Ashton admitting he had an account on the Ashley Madison website, a site where people look for extramarital affairs. Now, late this afternoon, Ashton said he was ashamed for his actions but would not step down from his office.
My only hope is that the people of the Ninth Circuit will look at the body of work over 34 years and compare it to one incredibly bad, childish, stupid error in judgment.
Ashton says no crime was committed. He is currently the state attorney for Orange and Osceola counties.
Palm Beach Gardens-based mega church Christ Fellowship cutting the ribbon and opening its first church building on the Treasure Coast. News Channel 5's Jacqueline Powell was there for the grand opening and shows us how it's impacting the area.
Good morning. Morning.
Long before this new building came these church members.
Good morning.
But they had to drive down to Palm Beach County or meet in local high schools every Sunday. Joan Hoffpower's one of them. She's all smiles now that she gets to volunteer pouring coffee in this permanent spot right in her own community.
The best way I can say it is the first time you get a home, your own home, and we have a house. And it's not about the building, it's about the people who come to this house and the people who have planted here and live here.
And it's been the same story for people all around Palm Beach County. Christ Fellowship started with a group of 20 who met in the pastor's living room. Now 21,000 people meet every week in the church's sanctuaries that stretch from Boynton Beach all the way to New York City.
I think the reason for the growth is that we're a church that anybody can belong. You can belong before you can believe.
Pastor Matt Pilot's leading the new church in Stuart. He says years before breaking ground here, church members were already at work in Treasure Coast communities, from feeding hungry families in Indiantown to making sure needy kids in Hope Sound have shoes. Now, people like Joan have a place of their own to serve others.
Everyone comes to the coffee shop and we get to chat.
Hoping they can begin making a difference in their community from right here.
I want everyone to feel at home, to feel like they've come home, they have a place here, and this is a place they can stay and be safe.
In Stuart, Jacqueline Powell, WPTV News Channel 5.
Christ Fellowship is also opening another Treasure Coast church in Port St. Lucie next year. The church bought the old Digital Domain building and is working on converting it into a church.
It is the last weekend of summer for kids in Indian River and Martin counties. Both districts go back to school tomorrow. There are a couple of changes. Indian River County with a new superintendent following Fran Adams' retirement. Mark Rendell, the former assistant superintendent in St. Lucie County, is now in charge. And well, listen to this, breakfast pizza, now a menu item. In Martin County, elementary students will now be graded on a 1 to 4 scale, and 6th graders are adopting a digital textbook for English class.
And speaking of school, nearly a third of buses in Palm Beach County were still running late a week into school starting. But the district says a change is coming. Now, this week, students will receive letters with updated bus schedules. However, the main issues may not be completely fixed until the middle of the week. Last week's issues came from miscalculation of the new digital routing and tracking system that took effect this year.
If your iPhone 6 Plus photos have been coming out blurry, it might not be your fault. We'll explain why.
Days after recovering a long-lost ordnance, the Army Corps of Engineers says it's ready for the Big Bang. You're watching News Channel 5 at WPTV. Local coverage you can count on.
People just forget what it was like to go through storms after about 6 or 7 years. Our job now is to make people remember what the hurricanes were like 10 years ago and not forget that they still have to prepare. The reality is people are starting to believe that it won't happen again, and it will happen again. We will see a major hurricane hit here where people don't have a place to go.
We're the reassuring voice that gets you through the storm.
Have you been injured in an accident? The law firm you hire can affect the amount of money you receive on your claim. The lawyers at Kibbe Wagner have over 50 years of combined legal experience. Call us today. We can help. Kibbe Wagner. Trust experience.
This summer, make the most of the season with the Jeep brand's legendary off-road capability. Cherish every sunrise in the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Or chase every sunset with Jeep Cherokee's 31 mpg Highway. Hurry in for $1,000 bonus cash at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. Get $3,000 total cash allowance on 2015 Jeep Cherokee Sport or Cherokee Latitude models in stock the longest.
I suffer from psoriasis.
Skin cancer.
Rosacea. Squamous cell carcinoma.
A lot of embarrassment.
I was very concerned about it.
Why me?
If I had waited, it would have gotten much worse.
I was terrified.
A friend recommended Water's Edge to me.
No scar. Nothing. I don't have to suffer anymore.
Everything is great.
They turned my life around.
Water's Edge Dermatology. Serious medicine.
For your skin.
Time's running out on Volkswagen's model year-end clearance sale. Now save even more on affordable German engineering in Motor Trend's Car of the Year. Lease new Volkswagens at our lowest payments this year from $119 a month or $0 down. Passat or the Tiguan SUV, your choice. $159 a month or $0 down. Or buy new Volkswagens with 0% for 72 months. Plus get $1,000 cash back. But hurry, time's running out on Volkswagen's model year-end clearance sale.
Don't let an insurance company deprive you of money in your injury case. As a lawyer who used to represent insurance companies, I know what it takes to get the money you deserve. Before you talk to them, talk to me.
Kibbe Wagner.
Trust experience.
If your iPhone 6 Plus photos have been coming out blurry, it might not be your fault. Apple says a small percentage of iPhone 6 Plus devices have a component that could fail, making photos look blurry. Now, Apple will replace the iSight camera in the affected phones. Those phones were mainly sold between September 2014 and January of this year. Apple set up a serial number checker for customers to find out if their iPhone 6 Plus is affected. Now, we have a link on WPTV.com. Just click on the As Seen on 5 section.
The Army Corps of Engineers says the Big Bang, or detonation of those munitions recovered off Indian River County, will happen Tuesday and Wednesday. Divers removed 2 7-inch rockets and a Tiny Tim warhead from World War II in the waters south of Vero Beach last week. The mission, part of a nationwide program to identify munitions near former defense sites.
We've learned the plane that made an emergency landing on Riviera Beach will be removed tomorrow. The pilot, Jamie Barker, and a female passenger departed from Jupiter and were headed to the Lantana Airport to sightsee. The pilot, we're told, realized that they were having problems and needed a safe place to land, so he put the plane down just feet from the ocean. The 2 were not injured. The plane is set to be removed at 10 a.m.
If you see smoke in parts of Martin County tomorrow, a prescribed burn is being done in the Atlantic Ridge Preserve State Park in Stewart. Weather permitting, the prescribed burn will cover 150 acres of pine flatwoods in an area south of Pine Lakes Estates and west of US 1.
Former President Jimmy Carter shows why love and laughter are the best medicines. We'll explain why.
Here's a look outside from Live 5. You headed out tonight. We're helping you plan for the evening. Storm Team meteorologist James Whelan with the forecast just ahead.
It's your time to save big at Palm Beach Toyota during the annual clearance event. Don't miss out on our Liquidación sale, like the new Corolla. Buy for just $13,777. Our Liquidación sale is on during the annual clearance event at Palm Beach Toyota.
On vacation, what's the most important thing you can give your family? The world's best beach, an impressive pool, an out-of-this-world water park, surfing lessons, Or scuba diving adventures? How about meeting a few famous friends? Or dinner at 20 different restaurants? No. Since everything's included, those are the things Beaches gives your family. The most important thing you can give your family is you. Call 1-800-BEACHES.
The Palm Beach Post is your local news leader, delivering complete coverage you can count on. More than just headlines, the Post uncovers important news, providing depth, analysis, and perspective on the stories that impact your life. With the largest local news team, the Post has more reporters to cover the news where you live. When you want the real story, there's only one source. The Palm Beach Post, in print, on your tablet and smartphone. The Palm Beach Post. Real news starts here.
You know the best thing about summer? Summer pizza. And you know the best thing about summer pizza? It tastes light, it tastes fresh, and it's pizza.
This summer, try our new grilled chicken margarita pizza with Roma tomatoes, basil pesto sauce, mozzarella, and grilled all-white meat chicken, all on our thin crust. Get a large for only $12. And save room for dessert with our chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza. PapaJohns.com.
It's your time to save big at Palm Beach Toyota during the annual clearance event. Don't miss out on our Liquidación sale. Try the bold new Camry. Buy for just $17,977. Our Liquidación sale is on during the annual clearance event at Palm Beach Toyota.
3 American travelers say they relied on gut instinct and their bond of friendship when they tackled a heavily armed man on a passenger train in Belgium.
The 3 just described their actions to subdue the gunman at a Paris news conference. Kelly Cobiella reports.
The 3 Americans spoke to reporters for about 15 minutes, describing what happened on that high-speed train from Amsterdam to Paris Friday night. Spencer Stone, the man who acted first, said he was asleep when his friend Alex Scarlatos woke him up and pointed out the gunman. He said it looked like the gun had jammed, and that's when they took their chance.
And Alex just hit me on the shoulder to say, let's go, and ran down, tackled him. We hit the ground. Alex came up and grabbed the gun out of his hand while I put him in a chokehold.
Both Alex Scarlatos and Spencer Stone are in the military, but Alex said training didn't kick in until after the gunman was subdued. Stone is a trained medic and helped the gunshot victim, helped to stop his bleeding. Sadler said he was just thinking of his 2 friends, and when they got up to fight, he couldn't let them go alone.
I just want that lesson to be learned going forward in times of terror like that, to please do something. Don't just stand by and watch.
Stone's parents are meeting him in Paris, and we understand all of the heroes will get a personal thank you from the French president tomorrow morning. Back to you.
Rescuers back at the scene where a military jet taking part in a British air show crashed into a busy main road a day earlier. The Hawker Hunter fighter jet, which was participating in the Shoreham Air Show in southern England, hit several vehicles on a nearby road after it failed to complete a loop. The death toll has been reported as anywhere from 7 to 11 people, more than a dozen others injured in that crash.
Police released the name of the suspect who shot 2 Troy police officers yesterday. The 2 officers, Joshua Comatal and Chad Klein, were responding to a call about a suspected carjacking. That's when police say 39-year-old Thaddeus Fasten opened fire. The men were taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Fasten later died of his injuries.
A major milestone for a business in Ferguson, Missouri. Sam's Meat Market officially reopened after being closed for about a year. Looters did thousands of dollars in damage in the days after the Michael Brown shooting. The store's manager says he wanted to thank the people of Ferguson for supporting him through the long rebuilding process.
Love and laughter are the best medicines for former President Jimmy Carter, who taught Sunday school 3 days after radiation treatment for cancer.
And if you come up, by yourself, I won't say anything, but I'll just wonder why you don't have any friends. And so.
Mr. Carter spoke of the power of love and faith at Maranatha Baptist Church in his hometown of Plains, Georgia today, updating the crowd of about 300 people on his recent cancer diagnosis, sharing the doctors appeared to have gotten all of the cancer from his liver, but there are 4 spots in his brain. He also got quite a laugh when asking people who wanted pictures with him to come up in groups.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast. All right, Danny is almost history. Here's the very latest in case you missed it earlier. 40-mile-per-hour wind, so it continues the weekend as forecast. Moving to the west at 16, so a little bit swifter moving through the Caribbean here. And forecast track a little bit south of what it's been, but still the end result is the same. It will dissipate by Wednesday, if not sooner than that. It could even do that before that, maybe Tuesday too, and just open up into an open wave and then dissipate altogether once it gets near the big island of Hispaniola here. So that will be it for that. The satellite image of it, well, it does look a little ragged. That southwesterly shear really taking a pounding and forcing in a lot of that dry air too. So it's starting to shrivel up here. Still some tropical storm watches and warnings up for the islands for some of the wind gusts that may come through, but much needed rain for them. Hot on the heels of Danny, the next one here, and then yet another one after that. This one's not looking all too organized yet. Still a long time to watch that one. This one is the one we really need to watch because we could be talking about our next tropical storm here this upcoming week. A high chance for this thing to develop over the next 5 days. That's this week. We could see it named by even as soon as Wednesday here as it moves off. Pretty quickly, though. It's moving at a pretty good clip, not like Danny did, very slowly. This one's moving at about 20 miles per hour. The next name on the list, if that thing does develop, Erica. We could be talking about that by the end of this week. Live 5 camera here in South Florida, live, looking real nice, looking off towards the east and seeing not a lot of clouds, but notice a lot of shadows. That's because out to the west, there were some big thunderstorms, and now that's masking the sun. 86 degrees right now with an east-northeast wind at 8 miles per hour, 85 in Port St. Lucie, 81 in Okeechobee. All the rain and those thunderstorms are now gone, pushing in the Broward County and dissipating, and pretty much no rain out there at the moment. Slight chance maybe later in the evening for a shower to move in off the ocean. Like last night, we had a couple of them. You see still a little bit out there, so not out of the question, but probably not going to see a whole lot of them out there. Here's the forecast for tomorrow, too. As we go into the morning, isolated coastal shower, then all that shifts inland with the sea breeze in the afternoon and evening hours around the lake. So rain chances still remain pretty low the next couple of days. Then things change. Wednesday through Friday, a cold front drops down into the southeast. The atmosphere destabilizes. We get big-time thunderstorms to come back here. Boating forecast looks nice tomorrow. Beach forecast also looks good, aside from a morning shower, but don't let that scare you in. Hey, for the kids going back to school tomorrow, here's the bus stop forecast. In the morning along Treasure Coast, just a slight chance for a coastal shower, and then coming home, just hot and humid. Far inland storms. 7-day forecast, low 90s for highs, upper 70s for lows. Starting off the week dry, but we're going to end it in a wet and stormy fashion by Thursday and Friday.
Coming up in sports, Tiger Woods was looking to grab his first win in more than 2 years. Could he close it out at the Wyndham Championship?
The U.S. and Cuba have officially reestablished full diplomatic ties. Now see why the Cuban people are hoping that translates into more cultural and economic exchanges and a better way of life.
News on WPTV is sponsored by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fromrath.
You sure this thing is garbage? Look at it.
It's not. It's not garbage.
Lift with your knees.
Excuse me.
Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Now through Labor Day, take advantage of Mako's $199 full-body paint sale. Mako, America's Body Shop.
Tragically, in an accident, sometimes we must face the reality that a loved one will pass. If they were the main provider for the family, there's a good chance they had a life insurance policy that would allow the family to carry on. Unfortunately, some insurance companies are denying benefits with the knowledge of the passing. It's wrong and it's unfair. If you've been denied benefits due to the death of a loved one, call Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fromrath. We will fight for your rights.
It's all about luxury, unparalleled. It's all about an experience unsurpassed. At Audi West Palm Beach, it's all about you. Audi West Palm Beach, where every experience is customized to exceed your expectations. Now drive a new 2015 Audi A3 for a surprising $295 a month. You decide, because at Audi West Palm Beach, it's all about you. Shop RaymondAudi.com or visit our new location 1 block west of I-95.
Introducing Longhorn steaks that sizzle for $12.99, like the new smoky bacon sirloin and the Parmesan crusted sirloin. Only at Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
A new season brings a new look, a chance to try something different. This summer, challenge your preconceptions and experience a Cadillac for yourself.
Current GM lessees. Get this low mileage lease on select ATS sedan models in stock the longest for around $269 per month.
You sure this thing is garbage? Look at it.
It's not. It's not garbage.
Lift with your knees.
Excuse me.
Uh-oh, better get Maaco. Now through Labor Day, take advantage of Maaco's $199 full-body paint sale. Maaco, America's Body Shop.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
Time now for the Honda Sports Desk with ESPN 106.3 on WPTV News Channel 5.
A lot of people watching the Wyndham Championship hoping that Tiger Woods could perhaps get a win, but the story became another golfer who hasn't won in many
forever,
years.
Right? A name that you would have to go well back into the record books in time when Tiger was dominating the sport for his last win. Tiger, unfortunately, still not dominating, and it might be a little bit longer until he does. Well, this Sunday, clad in his signature red, Tiger Woods was in contention for his first win in more than 2 years. It was at the Wyndham Championship, an event he's never played, but he needed to finish in first or second if he hoped to make the FedEx playoffs. Heading into the final round, Tiger was tied for second, 2 shots back of the lead, but while things went pretty well for the Jupiter Island resident through the first 3 rounds, Sunday not so much. The bogey on 7, then after he birdied 9 to get back to 13 under, it went well off the lead. On 11, the dreaded triple bogey. Tiger shoots a 7 on the hole, moves him well back of contention. He'd finished 10th out of the playoffs. Cardinal Newman grad Brooks Koepka shooting up the leaderboard. Eagle 15, he finishes in 6th. So to 18 we go. Jason Gore needs this to put a playoff with Davis Love III, but it won't drop for him. So Love, like John said, his first win on the PGA Tour since 2008. When the U.S. Open kicks off next week, all eyes will be on Serena Williams as she attempts to complete the calendar slam, something no one's done since Steffi Graf in 1988. She's already got the Serena Slam, winning the past 4 majors. But first, the Palm Beach Gardens resident getting in one final tune-up this week in Cincinnati. Williams looking to capture her 2nd consecutive Western and Southern Open final as she faces Simona Halep. First set, Serena up 4-3, gonna bury it down the line for the forehand winner to take the set. The second one would go to a tiebreak, but Williams wouldn't be denied. She knocks off Halep to win the tournament for the 2nd straight year and pick up her 5th WTA victory on the season.
It really wasn't easy to get this win, especially I haven't been feeling really confident, believe it or not. So this really is good for me to just know that I can win these matches and just hopefully keep going. It gives me confidence to know that what I was working on today works if I stick to it.
College football season less than 2 weeks away. Today, the Associated Press released its preseason top 25 poll. Ohio State becomes the first ever unanimous #1 team in the history of the poll. TCU comes in at 2, followed by Alabama, Baylor, and Michigan State. FSU is ranked 10th, Florida and Miami not ranked, but the Gators are receiving votes. This Saturday at 7:30, don't miss our exclusive FAU season preview show right here on News Channel 5. Our ESPN 106.3 team takes you inside the program to places you've never seen before and gets you set for the upcoming season. Plus, we'll have interviews with head coach Charlie Partridge, athletic director Pat Chun, players, and much more. And a very exciting time around the FAU program, season 2 for Charlie Partridge, and that is set to be an unbelievable show. Access you don't get very often.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much, Ian.
Local coverage you can count on continues tonight at 11.
NBC Nightly News is next. Have a good evening.
It's the I-95 Summer RV Show in Port St. Lucie. Save thousands on a huge selection of RVs. You'll discover significant savings on pre-owned RVs from top manufacturers, many with under 10,000 miles. The I-95 Summer RV Show is going on now at La Mesa RV in Port St. Lucie.
Nice. Chevy's got 3 great deals to choose from this summer. Which works the best with your budget?
I'm drawn to the 0%.
$1,000 cash back. I've never, ever thought about leasing a car until I saw that deal.
Now, let me tell you something that's super cool. You can choose any one of these deals on any of these cars.
Seriously?
Current qualified GM lessees can get this Chevy Cruze LT for around $169 a month and get $500 lease bonus cash on select Cruze vehicles in stock. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I don't know what I'm doing. I can't find anything.
Just when I think it's just not gonna work, this woman that works there comes over and asks,
Can I help you?
and he was so happy to do it.
Amazing, right?
I never would have expected, would have thought.
That anyone would find that.
Do that.
Make that.
Go out of their way for me. Right then, right there. I couldn't believe it. He was so helpful. I know it's such a
Small thing. Little thing.
simple thing, but it made me smile.
Made me happy.
Made my day.
Share your story. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
For the most advanced, most affordable dental implants, call Ferber. Our implant price of $4.99 has changed the way Florida smiles. I'm proud to announce the opening of our newest office in Boca. Our superb care and affordable payment plans are now more convenient to South Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade. Call the Ferber Dental Group today, and we'll have you smiling again.
Now open in Boca and Lake Worth.
It doesn't matter how ordinary you think you are. We all have the potential to be heroes.
Do you ever get the feeling that you were meant to do something extraordinary?
Heroes Reborn premieres Thursday, September 24th on NBC.
You know what this beach needs?
CPR?
RPMs. More hustle, Hop. Now it's Muscle Beach. Put this against your ear, and you can hear a Hemi.
Whoa. Hurry in for 1,000 bonus cash at the Dodge Summer Clearance Event. Get 0% financing for 72 months or 3,000 total cash allowance on the 2015 Dodge Charger SXT.
Catch your News Channel 5 updates throughout the day on News Radio WJNO.
It's the I-95 Summer RV Show. A huge selection of RVs in air-conditioned comfort, like this new Winnebago Rayo, discounted to just $528 per month. The I-95 Summer RV Show going on now at La Mesa RV in Port St. Lucie.
On this Sunday night, warning signs, new details about the gunman's past and alleged ties to extremists as all 3 Americans speak out for the first time today about how they took the suspect down. Hot zone. More than 1 million acres now scorched in the Pacific Northwest as firefighters continue their battle against those raging wildfires. We're on the front lines. Disaster in the sky. The death toll rises in that UK air show disaster on the heels of another deadly accident in the sky today. Wild ride. Overseas markets opening for the first time since the Dow plunged more than 1,000 points last week. Are we in for another free fall on Wall Street? And show of faith. President Jimmy Carter's Sunday school message just days after receiving treatment for the cancer that's now spread to his brain. Nightly News begins now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News. Reporting tonight, Erica Hill.
Quick thinking and gut instinct getting the credit tonight as the 3 Americans who helped tackle a gunman on board a Paris-bound train described in detail, together for the first time, how they were able to subdue the shooter. A man we're learning was known to 3 European countries, prompting at least one warning to French officials about possible extremist ties. Kelly Cobiella has our developments tonight. Kelly, good evening.
Erica, good evening to you. These 3 Americans, all in their early 20s, started their trip on a different part of the train because they couldn't find their ticketed seats. This all could have ended much differently had they not moved before the attacker started shooting.